Hey guys, so I am back from like 3,000 years in the past because life has been crazy and yeah, I just haven't had the motivation to make any videos or anything like that. So I've had a lot of plants die, so that's pretty cool, and I've had some new ones come in here and there. I haven't bought any new plants for like, oh my god, like a month or two at least. It's been a while. But I thought I would do like an updated plant tour and show you guys all of the great plants that I have that are not dying but like on the verge of dying. It's really sad because I've been like really trying to keep them alive for so long. So yeah, I am gonna start off with one section where I put my Soltech Solutions light. That's like been my main planting area. So here, this is a little table that I have set up, and here's my light hanging from there. This window is a west-facing window, so it gets a lot of like really hot afternoon sun, and I have like medium tint on the window, so like not a lot of heat comes in basically, but there's not the greatest light that comes in either. So I was like, I need to get a light. And then I also have some little clamp on lights over here too to help out, because I realized the lower that you go with the Soltech Solutions light, these guys down here don't get much of the light. At least that's what I checked with my light meter. But yeah, I'll just kind of go through them real quick here. So this here is like a coffee cup or teacup. Is it alocasia or is it colocasia? Don't remember. It had more leaves on it, but one of the leaves decided to like bend all the way down, and I cut it off too low, ended up cutting off a new leaf in the middle of its leaf there, which was great. So that's pretty cool. Up at the top, it's infested with spider mites, so I've been spraying it. It's kind of difficult to get in there because, as you can see, the leaf is not fully open yet, and I don't want to force it and break it, so I've been trying to spray it with stuff to get rid of the spider mites. Next to that, I have my stingray alocasia, which this was one of the older leaves. It put this new leaf off, and then I have a new leaf coming up within the past week that started coming up. So it's really loving this light right now. I have my bird of paradise, which is doing pretty well. That leaf there is like, was the newer leaf when I bought it. It was already out, but it just keeps getting taller and taller towards the light. So I'm thinking that a new leaf is going to come from here really soon. Back here is one of my giant Dracaena plants. He just kind of chills there. He doesn't really do much or change anything. I have my Amazonica, or Polly, as a lot of people call it too. It's getting some new growth off of it down here. That'll focus. There it is. For the longest time, it was just the one leaf. And then I put these lights here to help it out, and it seems to really be thriving now. This is my Dieffenbachia reflector. New leaf coming in on that. Really easy plant to take care of. I just kind of let it dry out in between watering. I have my Monstera adansonii. I don't know. This is like the rounder leaf version, I guess. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, I like it a lot. It's also has spider mites, and I've been spraying it and trying to treat that too. I know the huge issue that I have is that all the plants are too close together. I don't have room, so that's just not an option to have space for them. Here is my variegated peace lily, and it got like this leaf on it recently, which I thought was really cool because it's not really like fully white. It's more of like a yellowy color. And then it's got some white in the leaf itself. Whenever it blooms, I usually will cut the blooms off. That one I left, but all the rest of them, I cut them off to put more like energy towards the plant, basically. Here's my Alocasia Tiny Dancers. It's down to the 3 leaves. This one just came up, this new leaf there. My orange spider plant, which wasn't doing well until I repotted it, gave it some more light, and now it's doing pretty good. It actually came with like seed pods on it, and the seeds kind of fell out. So I tried planting some of the seeds to grow them because it said they don't have a long like shelf life, but nothing happened. So I'm hoping I can get it to flower again. Here I have my Zabrina, and then I have my Lauterbachia, my Xerographica air plant that I recently got that's doing really well. My String of Hearts, the variegated version, and actually for the longest time it wasn't putting off any new growth until I put it over here under these lights. So it's starting to grow a little bit more. Here's just like a regular spider plant. It had quite a few babies. I have one of them right now in water to get the roots to grow. It went through a process of doing really well, and then it didn't have as much light, and then it started deteriorating, and now I'm trying to give it more light again, so hopefully that'll bounce back. But yeah, so that's that section there. Don't mind the TV. Dr. Pole is on. And then over here, I have my curly spider plant. It's doing all right. I have a grow light in that lamp. And then I have, this is the baby spider plant here that's getting roots on it. Still have my staghorn fern, and I have an orchid that someone gave me from the plant swap in Detroit. I have my parallel peperomia that's doing okay. And then I have this plant here that my friend Natalie gave me. It's doing pretty good. I have to repot it soon though. And then I have foxtail palm, little baby there. I have propagations of Raven ZZ here and here, which I need to plant soon because the leaf's starting to discolor, but the, forgot what you call it, the little bulb basically keeps getting bigger. This is a little piece of Monstera deliciosa from a main plant that I had that didn't make it. I just have it in water right now. I have another little foxtail palm baby over here. And then I have some moonshine sansevieria propagating, which are getting roots now too. I have like 4 pieces of those. And that is actually from my main moonshine plant, which is here. I don't know if anybody remembers on my Instagram, but this is a plant that I had to literally take apart underneath the drainage tray on the pot. I had to completely like demolish because it was covered in eggs of fungus gnats. So that was great. It was like the fungus gnat factory. But yeah. So this is my other section of plants here. I have my flowering maple that's doing really well. It's got a flower that it just got done flowering, dead flower up there. I have my Raven ZZs all potted together with some new growth back there. And then I have just a regular ZZ plant here. I have my red Ardesia here, which has got new growth. Behind it, which you can't really see too well, is a fiddly fig that's not doing that great. And a ton of aloe. Babies are coming up from that main aloe plant. It's just going nuts. I have a whalefin sansevieria. That's like the variegated type. And then I have a regular type back there. This is my, I forgot what it was called. Type of Calathea, I believe. Beauty Star, I think. and it had spider mites. I had to cut a lot of it back, but it's bouncing back. It's got some new leaves coming in on it. This is my variegated Balfour Aurelia, which is constantly growing and doing really well. And this right here is a Ring of Fire philodendron that had a couple leaves on it. They ended up dying back because I let it dry out a little too much. Cut those back, and now it's getting new growth coming out of the center of it. So then down here, back there I just have two different spider plants that I picked up. I have my silver satin pothos here, which I ended up cutting not too long ago, and it's got some new growth. I gave a cutting to one of my friends. Here is another type of Aurelia, which I absolutely love. I need to repot that soon. I have an Anthurium back there. I forgot what type that one is, though. Picked this up at, I think it was Lowe's. This is the Hoya rope. I just put a little bit of water down at the bottom, but I need to actually pot it up. But the roots aren't, it doesn't have a big root system yet, so I'm kind of waiting on that. This is the Little Hope or Tiny Hope philodendron. Doing well, got spider mites as well. Everything pretty much has spider mites here, which is great, which is why I don't really give plants out to people unless I warn them and they keep them away from things. Calathea rotundifolia, I think it's called. And then I have a Calathea mosaica and the orbifolia back there. Everything's really dusty because of these two. Produce a lot of dust, and they get it all over everything, but that's okay. I have a croton back here, and then I have, what is this called again? The Hoya, is it Carrii, the little heart? Obviously, I know that it may never actually grow into a plant, but it was only like $4 or $5, so I figured I'd try it out anyway, just to see. Sorry, the birds are spazzing out and having a tantrum. You guys okay? And then I have another curly spider plant here hanging off to the side. Move that out of the way. I have another type of Aurelia back here. This here is a, oh, I forgot what it was called. What's it called? Homilomina. It's not the emerald gem. It's like a variegated version, but it lost its variegation. And the new leaves that are growing back are just green, which is great. This was a huge hanging basket of string of pearls. Got it from Home Depot for like $10. And then it all started dying before I could even do anything with it. So that's what's left. I might cut some of these and put them in water and try to root them, but... And then I have my trio star back here, Stromanthe, and then I have a couple snake plants. Two of them back there are the Bantail Sensation, which is one of my favorites, and then the whalefin is my second favorite snake plant. I have a little ficus here that doesn't do well, so I put it directly underneath this grow light. This is my Monstera deliciosa Thai constellation. This is the newest leaf that just came up. This was the leaf right before. No holes yet, but it's doing really well. I repotted it. It seems to like the spot right under the grow light. This was a, what is it called? A Worsiekii or whatever? Calathea. And it was great for the longest time. Got spider mites like everything else, even though it was in a different location. It's possible it came with them. I don't know. Hard to treat. And it ended up dying back, so I cut it back because a lot of my Calathea will come back from the soil. They end up dying back, and then sometimes they'll start growing back. So hopefully it'll come back. I have a Homilomina Selby back here, which is not doing that great. One of my favorites, but I let it dry out a few times too many. Just another snake plant here. Down here, kind of like in the darker area, I have a Chinese evergreen And then I have 3 different types of, yeah, mine's blanking out right now. But yeah, you know what those are. And then I have Dracaena. And then I have another type of, it's a gold dust or something like that, Dracaena. I don't know, I saw this and I just kind of like had to have it. It was just unique and different. So I thought that was really cool. But yeah, there's a lot of plants that are not here anymore. One other one is this Calathea zebrina, I think it was called. As you can see, it's doing amazing. It looks perfect, like nothing is wrong with it, of course. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Yeah, other than that, that's about it. Of course, I can't forget about my philodendron up here, philodendron Brazil. It's always doing fine. It's just stringy and leggy and growing all over the place. I've had that for like almost 5 years now. But everybody else is hanging in there. I'm trying to treat what I can treat to the best of my ability. It's a pain, and it's overwhelming when you've treated for spider mites probably 6 different times now within the past year. And in the beginning, never had any spider mites at all. And randomly one day, they just started going crazy. So that was kind of fun. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I have a couple other things outside. Oh my god, I can't even hold my phone. I have a pot with 2 like baby bird of paradise in them, and then because they had spider mites, took them outside to treat them, and then they ended up doing better outside. They got like new leaves on them. I have jasmine out there, Grand Duke jasmine or something like that, that's blooming. And then I have a variegated hibiscus, which is really cool because the leaves are like green and white and pink, and then it gets like red flowers, which are like really pretty. I might do like a separate video on other like outside type plants or what's going on outside, but I'm gonna be bringing that in soon anyway, so I'll probably just do another updated video on that. But that's it. So yeah, nothing else new except life has been crazy and anxiety is real. We need to talk about that. Anxiety is real. It's a thing. And sometimes it takes over and you can't do certain things, and yeah, you feel like you're drowning. But that's about it. I will let you guys go. Go ahead and like, subscribe, comment, or don't, because I'm like really boring and I post like a video like once a year, so that's kind of dumb. But yeah, I'll put my Instagram down below. It's just Jeff Bika. It's just my name. I do most of my posting on there. And that's it. I hope you guys have a good day.